Hey there everyone, it's Ravindra here, back with another video. Few days ago I have created a tutorial on Blazor server CRUD operations, and today we will create a Blazor WebAssembly app and learn to create CRUD operations, and we will also perform a filter and pagination on it. Blazor server allows you to create a front end and back end both in the same project, but it's not the case with Blazor WebAssembly. You can create a front end only with Blazor WebAssembly, and you need web APIs to interact with backend. So that is the major difference between both frameworks. So let's get started without any delays. So first of all, we need to open a Visual Studio, and now click on this create a new project icon, and now we will search here Blazor. Now you will see here Blazor server app, Blazor WebAssembly app. You have to select this one, Blazor WebAssembly app. Now click on next, and let's name it Blazor WASM, which is WebAssembly. Blazor WASM CRUD or CRUD. Okay, fine. So now let's create a project. Click on next. Now we do not need to change anything here, everything is fine. Okay, so let's create it. So it is how our projects look like, and if you look here, we have three projects right now. One is client. It is a Blazor WebAssembly project, and it contains your front end. It is our server application. It contains the backend. All the backend related operation will be performed here. If you have a separate project for web API, you have already created a separate web API projects, then you can also use that. You do not need to create APIs again. So that was about the server app. Now it is the shared app, which is a class library project, and this project will be shared by both client and the server application. So that's why we have these three projects. Now let's run this project and let's see how our default project look like. So it is our default application created by Microsoft, and it is our home component, it is our counter component, and it is our fetch data component. Let's close it for now. And first we will create a web APIs, then we will move to the front end part. So I have created a gist where I have saved all the initial setup for .NET Core applications. So type github/rd003 and you can find this gist there. So let's go to the gists, and now click here. So here we have all the steps we need to connect entity framework. First of all, we need to install these packages. So go here and click here. Now type install package, paste this package here, and copy this one also. Install package, paste it here also. Okay, now we have added these packages. So let's see what we can do. And now we can create our database context class. So go to this project and click here, add a folder, name it data, add a db context class here. So let's name it db context, sorry, database context. Okay, and this database context class will inherit the db context class, which is the class of entity framework core, and press Ctrl dot after writing it and click here using entity framework core. So it will add a line here. Now we need to define a constructor, and I'm gonna copy these lines, paste it here. Okay, now we need a class that we are going to add in our database. So this class will be mapped as a database table. So right here, add this folder, name it models, just name it person, just like the previous project. If you have watched that video, make it public so that we can access it in another project. And right here prop I int id int id string name email. Let's add some data annotations for validation, which will be required. Okay, and copy it also here. And one more thing we need here, email address. So our person class is completed. Now add this line here, prop double tab, and we need a db set type of property so that we can add this class into database. db set person, name it person. Okay, so now before moving to the third step, I should go to the fourth one and define the connection string first. So go here inside this server application and click on appsetting.json. Right here comma and paste this line here, and here it will be the instance of your SQL server, and here we will add the name of our database. So it should be like Blazor WASM CRUD. Now we need to copy these line from step 3 and open this program.cs file and paste it here. Okay, so open this NuGet package manager console also. Add migration in it. It will create a migration file that will tell what are the tables that you are going to add into database. Oh, it is a kind of that kind of file. So it will take a while depending on the speed of your computer, and speed of mine is very slow right now. Update database. Now these changes will be reflected to database after entering this command. Okay, so everything related to database connectivity has done. Now let's write our APIs. First of all, I need to create a class here that we are going to use later. So public, it will contain two properties, which will be status code and another one will be message. Okay, one more property we will need later, and that will be person list dot cs, and we will implement it later, so leave it as it is. And okay, let's define it. And public data, public list persons. Now move to this project and we will create a controller for it. And okay, so here add a controller. Sorry, it should not be MVC controller, it should be API controller. Let's name it person controller. Now I need to change the route. Our route will be like this: API slash controller slash name of the method here. So create now we are going to inject our database context here. So private database context ctx, and it will be a read only type. Type here ctor. Okay, that's good. Now type here http post public I action result add update person try double tap and it will generate a code for you. So where status equals to new status, that class is needed here. So if I write here if negation, it means not model state dot is valid. It means our model is not valid. Then what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna write here status dot status code equals to 0, status dot message equals to please pass the valid model or valid data return. Okay, status. So if our model is not valid, it means if we haven't entered the required fields, or if you haven't entered the valid email address here, then it will enter to this section and return a 0 status code with this message. So that's how the flow of this method. Now let's write here a condition, that is if person dot id or if person. Okay, so what is person? Okay, if person dot id equals to 0, it means we have to add it into database. So right here person, sorry, ctx dot person dot add person, otherwise we will update ctx dot person dot update and person. Now if we write here ctx dot save changes, now our changes will be reflected to the database. So that's fine. And here we will return, no, okay, we are fine. We have to copy these lines here and here also, but here we need status code 1 and a message will be like saved successfully. Okay, it will be 0 and server error exception ex. Now here we will return OK with status object. Okay, so it is our add update method. Now we will create action result delete int id and it will be http delete id where status equals to new status, or we can write it like this: status equals to new status or just new. Okay, so if person, sorry, where person equals to ctx dot person dot ctx dot person dot find id, if person is null, it means status dot status code equals to 0, status dot status message equals to not person does not exist. Return OK person. So that's the case when person is not null, otherwise persons, sorry, ctx dot person dot remove person ctx dot save changes, return OK, and let's comment this line, copy these guys and paste them here. Let's write here deleted successfully where person equals to find. Okay, what it is saying, person may be null here. That's okay. So it is our delete method. So if I write here http get and id, if I type here and change it to get by id, where data equals to ctx dot person dot find id, return data, sorry, return OK, and inside we will pass the data. Okay, now we need another method here, http get public action result get all. Now where model equals to new and we have created a model here, this person list. So, or we can write it person list model equals to new. Now CT, okay, where data equals to, and let's see, ctx dot person dot to list model dot persons equals to data. Fine. Now return this model. Okay. And actually we can create this line here, and it should be like this, person model equals to new model. Let's see what inside this persons. So persons equals to data, capital P. It is capital P. Now we are fine, and we can also write it like this, where model equals to new person list. Okay, so we have completed the web API section. Let's run this project and let's see, do we have any errors or not. I guess we do not have any errors, so let's see. Okay, so 3 succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date. Fine. Now we will move here to the client section. So in here, and we are going to add a new page here. It will be called add update. Add update. At the rate page person slash add edit slash id int. Here we have defined a parameter, so we need to define it here also. So right here parameter and prop id, and here you can see it is in all small letter id, and here I have init cap. I have used init cap, so it doesn't matter, it is totally fine. Okay, so this component now can be accessed with person slash add with this URL or with this URL, person slash add slash id. It means person slash edit slash 1. So these are the routes for this component. Okay, so let's write here, and is private string title equals to default title will be add person. It is our default title, so just write here at the rate title, and write here page title equals to at the rate title. So I'm gonna use some bootstrap classes here. So public class equals to row, div class equals to call md6, and This guy will be moved here. Now let's create a href equals to persons, and we will create this component later. So let's define hash here. Class equals to btn secondary. Okay, and all records. py2, it will create a not padding margin from upside and downside, top and bottom. So here we have created this component. So I just need to define a form here, edit form, and for that we need a model. So person person. So right here using name of the project dot shared dot models dot person, sorry, dot models person equals to new. Okay, and we need a method for saving our form. It will be like private save. It will be like this, private void save. Now here we will write model equals to @person and on valid submit equals to save. Okay, now I guess we are fine. Okay, fine. Type here validate data annotation validator. It is needed for validation. So right here type div class equals to form group input text and input text @bind value equals to person dot name class equals to form control. And right here validation message for equals to this person dot name, and here label for equals to name equals to name. Let's see what it is saying. Okay, I guess it should be fine. Now copy this guy and paste it here. Just change this name to email. Copy, paste, and now we need public class equals to py2, and we need two divs like this, one for message and another for button. So we will define a button type equals to submit class equals to btn primary. Save. And here we will define a message, so we will do it later. Actually, let's define here a status equals to new. So we can write here @status dot message. Right here, if status, okay, it is never gonna be null. Okay, so let's run it and let's see how it is looking. Is there any error or not? But before that, I need to add the path for this component inside the navigation bar. So if we go here, the nav bar, nav menu, here we can find all the navigation menus of the sidebar or side navigation bar. So let's comment these guys. And just write here person. And here define person slash add. Let's see, that was person, or yeah, person slash add. Okay, so now we can run our application. So if I click here, then we can see this form we have created earlier. So now let's define some connectivity with the APIs. For that, we have to write here inject and inject HTTP client. Okay, so we need to change it async task. Save. So right here, where status equals to HTTP, or what was it, HTTP dot JSON post, and post JSON async. Let's name it response post JSON async, and it will be here. We will define API slash person slash add update, and here we will define a model that is person. Okay, now how we fetch the data that we are getting response from this API. So let's see how we can fetch it. Where response where data response dot result dot content dot read JSON async, and we are getting the type of status object, status type of object, and we can directly add it to the status. Okay, status equals to new, and let's see what it is saying. Okay, it is saying that it is a task which we have to await. Okay, so now we are fine. So if I write this, yeah, now it has resolved this problem. So let's see what is happening, and yeah, so let's run this application again. So click here in persons, and validation is working fine. So if I write here John and John at John123, so yeah, it is saying valid email address john@xyz.com. Let's click on save, and let's see what is happening here. So I'm not getting any message here right now. Let's see, am I getting anything in console? No. So I don't know that I have added this thing in database or not. I don't know. So let's see. So let's add a debugger here in the add update. Okay, so if I click here and if I move this thing, let's see, id equals to 0, add person, and save changes. Yeah, that is fine. Status code equals to 1, status message equals to saved successfully. So this method is working fine, and yeah, but we are not showing any message here right now, so we have to fix that thing. First of all, I have to write here the status code equals to 0, status dot message equals to wait. Okay, now we will add a debugger here. Build this project, and let's run after this. So just remove the debugger from here, or breakpoint from here. So let's type here is max @gmail.com. If I click here, and I don't know why I'm not getting any message. So let's hope everything is fine, and it is displaying now wait. Okay, that is a asynchronous method, that's why it is doing this kind of behavior. And we are getting some kind of error here. Yeah, it is saying timeout. It's happening because my system is running slow, so it is not an actual problem. It is happening just because my system is running slow, because I am running a lot of things right now. I am running this Visual Studio, this OBS Studio, so that's why my system is getting a little bit slow. So let's add this thing here, max at the rate gmail.com. Continue. Let's look in the database how much we have saved here. So let's open it and click here, edit 200 rows, and actually it is saving everything here but not displaying anything. So let's delete these extra rows. Okay, so that is fine, but there is some problem. So let's see, let's find what might be the problem. So I guess it's like this, response dot content, or it should be like this, and here it should be like this. Await. And let's write one more thing here. Let's define here equals to private string message class equals to blank, and message class equals to status dot status code equals to 1, then it will be text success, otherwise it will be text danger. And we will write here status dot status class, what was that, message class. Now let's run, but before let's build, otherwise sometimes it gives error. And now okay, so let's run this program. So let's try to add this record. Let's see how it is working right now. Now it is working very fine. So our add functionality has completed. Now we have to write edit functionality. For that we need to write here protected override on initialized async. Okay, and we will write here if id is greater than 0, then person equals to http dot get from JSON async. It will be the type of person, and here it will be like API slash person slash get by id slash id. Okay, and it should be person, not prawns. What is this? Person. Okay, and it is a task, so we need to await it, I guess. Okay, so let's see what it is saying. The await operator. Okay, so it should be public override async task, and we do not need this right now. Okay, so I guess we are fine. So whenever we are hitting this URL, the person edit slash id, then it means we are trying to edit our record, and we will check that if we are getting id on initialized async method. If you are getting id, then we will fetch the person of that id and assign it to the person object. So that's how this logic works. And when we get the person, then it will automatically loaded on these fields, then we can edit them and save them. So we will check it later. I think it is perfectly fine, but we will check them later. Now we will create a new page or component, which will be a person's component. Okay, so it will be like this pe. Okay, sorry, it is not a class, it's a Blazor component or razor component. So let's name it person as persons. Okay, now we have created a person's component. Now we do not need to call add user or add person component from the navigation. We will directly call this person's route from the navigation. So I'm gonna click here and change this thing to persons. Now this link will open this component or load this component. Okay, so where is our add update component? And okay, so here we will call that component, it is persons. Fine, and I'm just gonna copy this thing and paste it here. Actually, I do not need this form. I'm just gonna remove this. Okay, I just need this button and these things, these divs. So it will be user slash add, and this link will be named as add more. Okay, here we will define the route of this page, which is slash persons. Okay, fine. Now what we will do, we will create a table, and it will have this class table bordered or table stripped, t body, tr th, name, email, action. Sorry, it will be t head, not t body. we will define t-body below here. So it will be t-body tr td. So here we will define two buttons, a href, okay, so href equals to, it will be user slash edit slash, we will define here id but later, and it will be class equals to btn success, and here edit delete btn danger, and we do not need href here. I will tell you later why. Now, okay, one more thing here, page title, persons. Okay, now move to the code section, and here define this guy private and person list, press control dot, let's see it will help or not. Yes, it has helped. Person list, name it person data, something like that, equals to new, okay. Now we will write here a loop for each where person in person data dot persons. Yeah, I know it can be null. So here we will write person slash name. Here we will write person slash email, and here at the rate person dot id. Okay, from here we will call a delete method that we will define later. And okay, so let's define here public async, or just name it private async task delete. It will be a person type, person, and we will call this method here. So on click, or at the rate on click, I guess it will be async, and here await delete person. And right here person data dot persons dot remove person, and we will implement whole method later. Leave it like it or like this. Okay, so let's test this method and let's see is there any error or not. So everything is fine. Let's run this project and let's see. Okay, actually I haven't called the person list API, so we will not get any records yet. So let's define a method here. Let's name it private async task get persons where persons equals to, now we need to inject HTTP client here, @inject HTTP client HTTP, that's fine. And here HTTP dot get JSON, get from JSON async, it will be type person list. Okay, and here we will define the URL API slash person slash get all, and here we need to await this method. Okay, so we will call this method from here, protected override on initialized async, it should be async task, and we will call await get persons. Now we are fetching the persons data from the web API. Now we can check it. Okay, let's click here, and it is giving me some error here, so let's see what it is saying. It is saying something is null and pages dot persons, I don't know. So what we can do here, we can actually add a breakpoint here inside this method, and inside here. So let's refresh this project, and okay, click next. Let's see, we are getting data. Yeah, we are getting 3 records. And here in the person component, let's see what we are getting, and we are getting 3 records here also. So if I click on the continue button, and I am still getting some error. Okay, we need to find it, what it is. It is saying component dot something. Okay, actually let's see what is happening here, and I am using this person data here and not assigning a value to it, so that should be the problem. I guess we are fine now. So let's run this project again and let's see, do we still have the problem or not. So click here and let's see. Yeah, we still have some problem. No, I guess we are fine. Okay, so we are fine, but we are not getting a button here. I guess there is a spelling mistake, so let's click on this hot reload. Let's see changes will reflected or not. Yeah, it has reflected. So let's click here. Let's see that edit function is working or not. And it is saying that we do not have any route with user slash edit slash 5. So let's see why it is saying that. Okay, it is person, not user. My bad. Person. Let's try to hot reload it again. Let's see. Okay, so Jill, let's name it Jill 11 and Jill 11. Let's see. Yeah, if I refresh this page, then it should be reflected. So now edit function has completed. Let's try to add a filter here, and let's add input type equals to text, bind equals to okay, but we need to define some data here. First one will be private search text equals to, it should be string dot empty. Okay, and first of all let's stop this project, and it's not a method, it's a property. Private string search text equal to string dot empty, and private async task, or simply private void search. I think we need a async method, private async task search. Now what we will do, first of all we need to define that search functionality in the API portion. So let's create API for it. We will write here, let's define searching and pagination all together. Int page number equals to 1. These are the optional parameters. String s term equals to this. Okay, and go here, and leave it like this. We will use it later. First we will implement a search functionality. For that I have to do a little bit change here. First of all I need to write a link query. So from data, or from person, yeah, person in ctx dot person, where, and here I am gonna do a little thing, s term equals to s term dot to lower. So where s term is null or person dot to lower person dot name dot to lower dot starts with term. So it is the scenario for search. Let's see what it is saying. Expected. A query must, okay, what it is saying. I think person dot name dot to lower dot whereas term is null or person is a variable but is used like a type. Actually, I don't know why it is giving error. It should be perfect. Okay, we will check it later. So just right here, select new, and it's still giving me an error. So I'm just removing this line and I will write it later. Select new person, name equals to person dot name, email equals to person dot email, and id equals to person dot id dot to list. Let's try to add that condition again. So why it is giving me error, I still don't know. Let's see, returns a copy of this string. A query body must end with select clause. Okay, it's not SQL, it's entity framework, so it will contain a C# syntax, and syntax for OR is this. That was the problem. Okay, now we are fine. So here we have implemented the search functionality. So let's test this functionality. Let's see. And before that, we need to define it here. So I'm gonna uncomment this, and it will bind to a search text and bind event equals to on input again. Let's see why it is giving me error. Bind dash, okay, it is bind event, yeah, on input, and at the rate on input or on key up equals to search. Let's build this. Why it is giving me that much error? To failed. So where I have failed? So I guess I have to write this, and I should be fine then. Search, because it's a method group where it is. On key app equals to search. And if it's a method, then it should be called like this, person. And it was a async method, so I guess I need to write it like this. I think it should be fine now. It's failed. Let's see where it has failed. Warning, 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 warning. So where is error then? Okay, cannot assign search because it's a method group. Okay, what I am going to do, I'm just going to comment this thing or cut this thing. No, I'm just going to cut this guy. Okay, let's see, we still have errors or not. Okay, why it is giving me error cannot assign search? Because it's okay, search, it should be SEARCH, search text. It should be SEARCH, search text. Now let's build it again and let's see, do we still have some errors? No, we do not have any errors right now. So what we have to do, we have to change this search method here, and where it is, yeah, here. Here what we will simply do, first of all, and where it is, first of all I need to remove this guy from here, and now API / get all, and what it was, stem equals to search text, and what we will do here, search person. Okay, I need to define prop string, and it will be search term, SEARCH search term, and here search term equals to s term, and here s term equals to it is persons list dot person data dot search term equals to search text. We are doing this so that we do not lost this data when we are using pagination. That's why I am storing it inside this system and again moving back to the web API part. So you will understand it later when we are using person why I'm doing this, so do not worry about that. And let's see, and let's call that search method that get person method. So here I will write a string and strings, what should we, s term equals to this. And I guess I do not need it, we will check it later, and call this method from here get data, what it is, get persons. Okay, so let's build this project and after that we will run this project and test that search function. So let's run this project. So if I type here max, yeah, it is working fine. But if I am removing, yeah, it is working fine. What I need to do here, let's see where it is. Okay, it is here. So I have to add a placeholder here. So it should be like, okay, it should be here, placeholder was to search by name and add more and search by name. Let's move this thing here. Okay, and let's click on this hot reload button. Okay, JIL Jill, so it is fine. So before moving to the pagination part, I have forgot to define this delete method and I will implement it later. So first define pagination logic. For that I need two properties. First one will be total pages and another will be page number. So first we will count the number of rows in our data. So here where total records equals to data dot count. Okay, now what we need, total pages, so it will be, but before that we need int page size and let's define it 3. Now how we find total pages, math dot ceiling and math dot ceiling total records divided by page size and it should be converted to double, otherwise it will give an error because math dot ceiling only takes the double or decimal or double as a parameter, so we need to convert it to double, and because it's a integer value, so for that I need to convert it again to the integer. I guess it should be fine now. Let's see what it is saying. Expected, it is expecting something. What it is expecting? Double. I think it is fine. Two brackets are open, two are closed. Why it is giving me error? First of all, it is expecting semicolon, then it is expecting something like this. Why? Okay, first of all, we need to stop this project. Double total record slash page size. If I write here where, then it should be fine. If I write here int, then it is giving me error. So let's build it. So if I move this double from here to here and here also, it still have the problem. Okay, here is one extra bracket. Okay, we are fine now. So now we have find the total pages. So let's add here total pages equals to total pages. Okay, now we need to find how many records we have to skip. So we will skip page size minus 1 into page number, and for that I have to define here comma int page number equals to 1. It's also a default parameter, that's why I'm assigning 1 to it. A page number, if we are not entering any page number, then its default value will be 1. Page number, okay fine, a page size minus 1 into page number. Now what we will do, we'll write here data equals to data dot skip dot take page size dot to list. I think we have paginated this record now. So total pages and page number equals to page number. So I guess the API part for pagination is done. Let's move to the component part, but I need to build this project first. So fine, we do not have any error. So let's close it for now and move here. Now what I have to do, or we have to do, we need a pagination design, and for that open the bootstrap side and I am not connected to the internet. Okay, I don't know, I guess there is some problem. So now internet is working fine. So if we go here inside the documentation, and here inside this utilities, let's see, where is it? Okay, it is here, pagination. So just go there and paste it, copy to clipboard, and okay, let's see where we can paste it. So let's paste just below the table. That will be absolutely fine. Okay, and leave that nav part from. Okay, let's see, is it working fine or not? And this one is not working that much fine, so it should look like this, but it's getting a lot of space between these, so it's okay. And I need to do one thing here, add a class equals to form control. And let's see what it is going on here. Okay, everything seems fine. So let's copy this one and let's see, is it working fine or not. Nav, what it is saying, nav element represents section of page links pages. So nav cannot be nested inside the element table. Okay, so okay, I need to put that nav. Okay, I accidentally put it inside the table and I haven't noticed it. I guess that was the problem. So let's click here in the hot reload. Let's see, is it looking fine or not. Okay, code has changes successfully. So let's move here. Okay, now it is looking better and this text box is looking much better. So let's close this browser for right now. And one more thing, why it is only one record is showing in this page, that is also a problem. By default page size is 3, so it should at least display a 3 records. So just move here inside the controller section and let's add a breakpoint here. So I'm gonna add a breakpoint here. Let's refresh this page. Okay, here now we have total records 3 and page size 3, then total pages should be 1. Okay, it's fine. It should skip 2. Okay, here is problem. So page, okay, here is the problem. Page number -1 into page size. So it will be like when page number equals to 1, it will skip 1 minus 1 into 5, which will be 0. So first time it will risk, okay, it is 3, page size is 3, page number is 1, page number minus 1 into 3, which is 0, so it will be 0. When page number equals to 2, then 2 minus 1 into 1, so it will skip 3 records. When page is 3, then 3 minus 1 equals to 2 into 3 equals to 6. It will skip the 6 records. So that's how this logic works. So now what we gonna do, we are going to add some records in database directly. So let's add some record here, and one will be record 4, rec4 at the rate xyz.com. Another one will be record 5, so it will be record 5 at the rate xyz.com. Next one will be record 6, and it will be rec6, so it will be record 7, record 7 gmail.com. Now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, we have 7 records. Okay, let's close this thing and move here. Now what will happen, so let's see. So now it is working fine, it is displaying 3 records per page. So I need to move here in the front end part or component part, and I have to write a logic here like this. If page, sorry, what was that, person data dot, if person data dot page number is greater than 1, then this next button will be so. And one more thing here, the rate if person data dot page number is less than 1, then this previous button will be shown. Sorry, it's not 1, it should be person data dot total pages. So if I click here, let's see, we need to build it again or not, is it working fine or not, otherwise I have to stop this project and build it again. Okay, it is working fine. Now what we need to do, I need to do remove these two guys and need a for loop here. So if I write here for int I equals to 1, I is less than equals to this person data dot total pages, person plus plus, sorry, I plus plus, and I need a string variable here, a string, and active class equals to I equals to person data if string I equals to person data dot page number, then it means we are in this page, so this link should be, we are in this link, so this link should be activated, otherwise blank string. Now we will add this class here. Okay, and here I. So let's click here in hot reload icon. Code changes were applied successfully. So I guess it is working fine. Now we need to implement the method that will fetch the record by page number. So what I need to do, add a parameter here, page number equals to 1, and here, and page number, let's see what it is. It is page no. Okay, that is fine. Page no equals to page no. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to call that method from here. So right here, @on click equals to, and get data, get persons. Async await okay, and it need page number equals to 1. So right here, not person data, it will get I plus 1, or person data dot page number plus 1, and just copy this guy and paste it here, and it should be -1. Let's see how it is working. Right click here on this hot reload. Edits were made which cannot be compiled. Changes won't be applied until the compiled error are fixed. Okay, so stop it right here. Let's fix those errors. Let's see what it is saying. Where are the errors? So it is saying 0 failed. Then we don't have any errors. Okay, so whatever. So let's try to call this method here. and paste it here. Okay, and try to call, oh sorry, try to pass I here, and let's track this value of page here. So console dot write line page number. Let's build this and run it now. Okay, but before that I forget one thing. I need to remove this href part from here and here and here also. So now I'm gonna build it again and run it again. Okay, so click here and let's see. Right now active class is not working, so let's see. I think I have placed it wrong. I guess it need to be placed here. So click on this hot reload icon. Yeah, it is fine now. So if I click here on next and it is still not working. One more thing I need to do here. So I need to write here style equals to cursor pointer. Need to do same with others. Click here and I guess here also. So if I click here in hot reload icon, okay, so now it is working fine, but our active class is not working again. Yeah, it is working fine now. So if I click on next button and it is not working, let's see. Let's refresh this page and let's open the console. Let's see what is happening here. Now we are getting the value of page number is 1 that I have wrote here somewhere. Yeah, here I'm logging this value here. So first time we are getting value 1. If I click on next, then let's see what is happening, and that value is not getting changed. Okay, I don't know why. Let's see. Get person, get persons, and we are calling this method from here. Okay, it should be +1 and it should be -1. So if I click on next, so I'm getting 1, that is fine. If I click on next, I'm getting 2, then I'm getting 3. 1 2 3. So these buttons are working fine. But what I was trying to show you here, we are passing I, which is 1 here, 2 here and 3 here. If I click here in 2, what it will give us, it is giving us 4. What is happening here, this I is working as globally here, and 1 2, when it is incremented 4 times, now its value has become 4. And to avoid this situation, what I have to do, wherever I click, it will always get 4. So that is the problem here. For that I need to declare a local variable. So let's name it int count equals to I, or int c equals to I, and let's pass c here, and we can leave I here, but I'm just going to write c here also. So let's try. Okay, I need to rebuild this solution. For that I need to stop this project and build it again. Then I have to run this project. Okay, so let's run this project. So here, if I click here, it is moved to the page 2, then it is moved to the page 3. Next, and it is previous. Everything is working fine. So let's try to search record REC, and we have 4 records with starting with REC. So let's click on next. It is record 7, it is record 4. Yeah, everything is working very fine. It is our filter and it is our pagination. Now we need to write a functionality for this delete button. So I'm going to stop this project now, and so define the delete functionality here. So if where result equals to and http dot delete from JSON async status API slash person slash delete slash person dot ID. And it should await. So if result dot status code equals to 1, then the row will be deleted from the list. That's okay. And here I want to use a confirm dialog. For that I need to inject one service that is called IJS runtime, JS runtime, and I have copied some code that I'm going to paste here inside the delete function. Where is it? It is here. Yeah. So confirmed equals to JS runtime dot invoke async bool confirm are you sure. So if confirmed then this code will be executed. Let's remove these braces and okay. I guess we are fine now. So let's build this project. Okay, no error so far. So let's run this project. So now if I click here, it is asking me. So let's see which record I should delete. First I will add a record, and it is a invalid URL, and I know why it is happening, because it's not user, it is person/add. Okay, so let's go back here and click on this icon and add user11 user@.com. Now move here to the all records and go to the last page. Try to delete this record. Yes, it is deleted, but row is not removed and we have to test it. First I need to remove this line from here, and okay, I need to comment this line, and leave this line only. So let's see how reload will work or not. Okay, press Ctrl R to refresh. So just delete it. Okay, so this function is working fine. So why a row is not getting delete? Okay, so let's uncomment all of these code. And if result dot status code equals to 1, okay, let's add a breakpoint here, and let's add one more record, test@gmail.com, test21. Okay, so let's go here and let's try to, okay, so it is asking me to build this project again. Now I'm running it again and let's see. So let's move to the last page and try to delete this record. Okay, I'm sure, yes. And let's move from here. So let's see result and message null status code 0. So why it is happening? I guess here is the problem in the web API side. So where it is, where is delete function? Okay, so where we are, so we are not getting any data here in the result section. So I guess I need to test the web API again. So let's click here and okay, so if person is null, status code equals to 1, status dot message. Okay, this side has no problem. So where we are getting the problem? Message null status code 0. Here we are getting the problem. Okay, so I got the problem and it is here. Actually, I'm not passing status here inside this delete method, and right now I'm just commenting the save changes so that I will not actually lost the data. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, I forgot to build this project. Yeah, build it, and now we can run it. Okay, so let's remove this guy from here. So let's move to the third page and let's try to remove this method, sorry, this record. And here, are we getting result? Absolutely yes. So let's remove this breakpoint. We do not need it now. And yes, so if I delete this record, what is happening? Now we have only 2 rows, but the row from the next page should be moved to here. So this logic is failing here. So let's see what we can do about it. First of all, I need to stop this project and just try to fetch a service here, navigation manager nav mgr. Okay, so here, instead of doing this, let's try to do this nav mgr dot nav mgr dot, let's see what, navigate to this same page, which is persons. Now I'm gonna build and run this project. So yeah, no problem here, and let's run this project. So now let's remove the first record here and let's see, and it is also not working fine. So let's see where might be the problem, and I guess I need to remove this navigate to. Let's build this project and run it again. So now we are in the person page. So let's try to delete this record, and it's still not working, I guess. Yeah, it is not working. So what I am trying to do right now, I am just removing these lines from here, and also commenting this guy. Actually, what I need to do, just call this get persons method and let's see is it working or not. I'm still not sure it will work fine or not, but we have to test it again. So, and here, so here I'm just removing this line and build the solution. So let's try to delete this record this time, and yeah, so it is working as expected. John and Max has deleted. So let's add some more records. John @gmail.com and Max @gmail.com. Now we are even. We have deleted 2 records. Now we have 2 records. So let's test this thing again. So if I type here REC, yeah, that is fine. Let's remove it from here. And it is working fine. So this next button and this previous button, everything working fine. So now we have completed the task. We have created an application that has some CRUD operations, and we have applied a filtering and pagination in it. So if you find this video helpful, then please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed the channel, please make sure to subscribe it. So that's it for now. See you later.